Welcome back. 5th grade to another week. This is for for starting tomorrow, April 20th through the April 24th week. Looks like reading, we are in Module 9, Week 3, last week in this module. So there'll only be one story, one video. We'll be doing worksheets 201, 202, 203, and 205 in your packets. Module 9, Week 3. The first thing I want you to do is watch the YouTube video that I put up for the lesson for the Secret Keepers. That's the story that we're reading this week. Okay, so like always, I'll put that video up. You can watch that and then go along with the content and the things that I put along in with it. That's the last story of our module. It's called The Secret Keepers. And then once we're done with that, we will be moving on to Module 10, which is going to be a little bit different. Or maybe this one might have, this one I think, 11 and 12 are the ones that get kind of tricky. I told you on Zoom the other day that Module 10, but it looks like it does have stories, so that's still good. Module 11 and 12 are kind of weird because they go off and all there is decoding and things like that, so that's getting towards the end of the year. But this is for this week. We'll finish up Module 9. We'll do those, you'll read the story, the Secret Keepers, after you watch that YouTube video. You'll do the 2 vocab sheets. The reason that it's 2 is because there's so many vocab words that there's just one on the next sheet with the sentence thing, so that won't be too bad. And then there's a literary elements comprehension sheet as well that goes with this story that we will do, 203. And then 205, same thing, author's craft. It also goes with this story, The Secret Keepers. So I'll go through those in the video, but those are the 4 worksheets that go with this story this week, okay? And then at the end of that packet, you should have spelling 9.11. I'll try to create that as soon as I can and put it up, because I'm really good on those spelling tests as well. The words are getting kind of harder as we get towards the end here. You know, there's some difficult words, so you guys are still doing a great job. Keep studying, keep doing what you're doing. For social studies, we have week 19 about the United States government. It's going to be all about, the 3 branches of government: the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. Okay, those are the 3 branches of government that we have. And this is what it's going to be about. They're going to talk about federal power versus state power. So that's like federal power over all the United States versus the state powers that they have, just the states. So like this page right here, the second page on the inside, it's going to talk about what the federal government has power to do, what the state government has power to do, and then the powers that they're shared by both. Okay, so they'll go through those, and then I'll go through the responsibility of being a good citizen, which we all know, kind of what that means. But they'll list some other things that you can do to do that. But the main driving force behind this is the 3-branch government: executive, legislative, and judicial. Those 3 things that you'll go through and read about and see how they kind of work and how it makes our country run and who has what power and who can do this and that, and who makes the laws, who does this, who votes them in, that type of thing. And then you have, of course, these things again down here that you'll just go through. System of checks and balances. That is something that was put in so that not one branch of the government or not one certain amount of people had power. You have to do, you have to check and make sure that it's balanced. You have to make sure that not one section has more power than the other, so that it's fair, so that they can't just create all of the laws for themselves and do all that type of stuff, and they don't have all the power to make all the rules and do all that type of thing. It's a balanced act to make it as fair as possible for all of us. So you'll read about that. Thomas Jefferson, you heard about him. And then you'll get to the back and you'll want to spotlight, then the thinking reviews on the back. But what I have on there is to read it all the way through and then do the crossword. It's going to be online again. I know Jessa asked me last week if she could print it off and still write it down. That's fine with me. I know Lucas was having some trouble with getting on the iPad, putting the letters up there. If you want to write down on a piece of paper, 1 across is this, 2 down is this, and then just take a piece of picture of the blank piece of paper, not blank, but nothing else, put your answers on it like that and send it to me. That's fine too, and say, here are the answers for the crossword. Or some of you did the online, put the letters in, took a picture, and then sent it to me. That's great too. Any way you want to do it. So read through it all the way, do the crossword online or print it off or write them out, then do the think and review, send it in, and then if you have, this is optional, extra time, you can do this 3-headed eagle activity. It's extra credit, okay? It's optional. You don't have to do this part, but this is extra. So what they're asking for is the branch of government, and then responsibilities. What do they do? So these things right here, you're going to find in this: executive, judicial, and legislative. Okay, so you're going to write legislative branch on one of these things, and then you're going to write their responsibilities. Executive, one responsibilities. Judicial, their responsibilities. If you want to do that, that's fine. Then you can get some extra credit for that. Okay, so that's social studies week 19. Do the crossword, do the think and review for sure, and then optional if you want extra credit. You can do that, or if you're bored and you want to do something, you want to find some more social studies to do, you can do that and get to know the 3 branches of government a little bit better. Okay, that's reading, that's social studies. And then health, I want you to go to Brain Pop again. I want you to go to the nutrition section again. So you're going to have to click nutrition once, and then you're going to have to click nutrition again, because that's going to be like one of the things where you can watch a video. It's nutrition's the title. Watch that. Write down 3 interesting facts about that video. And then there's going to be the My Plate where it shows like proteins, fruits, vegetables, dairy. I want you to write your favorite from each one of those groups. So I put an example on the checklist, like fruits. If grapes are your favorite, write grapes. Vegetables, if carrots are your favorite, write carrots. Okay, so I was just curious to see what your favorite types of things are for each one of those things on the My Plate deal that you'll watch in that video. Okay, so that's the rundown, kind of. That's reading, social studies, and health. As always, ask me questions, let me know on Remind or anything that you can text if you have questions, and I'll help you out the best you can. Zoom at 1 again on Thursday, so I can't wait to see you all then. All right, look for that first YouTube video right after this. All right, see you later.